On the 24th of June 2022, I uploaded a video on this very channel titled Why Sheffield Wednesday Are My Title Favourites. 26 games into their season, they're currently in second place, 3 points off league leaders Plymouth Argyle with a game in hand. Darren Moore's side are also on a 19-game unbeaten run and have only lost once in their last 22. Out of every club in England, Sheffield Wednesday collected the most amount of points in the calendar year of 2022 with 97 total points. It's fair to say things are going well at Hillsborough, so let's deep dive and discover how Sheffield Wednesday became great again. So first and foremost, Sheffield Wednesday's defensive record has been nothing short than exceptional so far. They've conceded the least amount of goals compared to any other League One club, with only 18 hitting the back of their own net. When it comes to XG, they have the third lowest XG for open play goals conceded, and the best when it comes to set play goals conceded, also down to expected goals. When looking at their clean sheets record, with only 20 games played, they're 2 clean sheets away from breaking their all-time clean sheets record of 17. That's pretty impressive. Individuals like Mark McGuinness on loan from Cardiff City and Liam Palmer, one of their own, have been a huge part of this incredible defensive achievement. In fact, let's have a little look at Liam Palmer in particular. So we know Darren Moore likes to play a 3 at the back, and Liam Palmer plays a crucial role within that. He actually operates as a wide centre-back, getting involved with the attacking play instead of a traditional member of a straight-back 3. You can see by looking at his heat map here, he's really quite high and wide, getting involved with the attacking phase. In fact, his goal contributions of a total of 5 does also highlight that as well, with 3 goals and 2 assists, averaging 1 key pass per 90. Sides like Rotherham United have done that really successfully in the past. In fact, last year, they did it so well, they got out of Sky Bet League One. So Darren Moore has looked at that, I imagine, and gone, I think we can do that. And also Liam Palmer, who can also play at right back, fits that criteria really, really well. His defensive numbers are also not letting him down either, averaging 2 key tackles per 90 and 1.5 clearances per 90 as well. Liam Palmer is playing a crucial role within what has been, so far, an extremely strong defensive Sheffield Wednesday performance. So on the road this season, Sheffield Wednesday have also been absolutely brilliant. They've only lost twice, picked up a total of 27 points on the road, and have the best away record compared to any other Sky Bet League One club. For context, from 23 away games last season, Sheffield Wednesday only won 9 times and finished on 32 points. So they're only 5 points away from their total away tally of last season. I actually want to highlight a recent away game to show how I think Darren Moore is getting better and better as a coach. A few question marks over his ability and whether he is the right man to take Sheffield Wednesday back up the leagues, but I think slowly he is silencing those doubts. In fact, let's have a little look at how tactically he saw off Wycombe Wanderers and Gareth Ainsworth, notoriously an extremely difficult side to face, especially on the road. So the bottom line is Darren Moore actually out-tactics Gareth Ainsworth, which we all know is an extremely difficult thing to do. He forced Wycombe to play their own game. He forced Wycombe to be Wycombed. Now, Wanderers, we all know, actually play better when they don't have the majority of possession. So far this season, averaging 44%. And in the year they got promoted, they had 40%. Wycombe are most effective without the ball. They tend to have more shots and create more chances than their opposition when they have less possession. For example, Wycombe's 2-0 win over Pompey this season, they had 42% of the ball, but had 4 more total shots and 2 more on target. Now, Moore smelt the blood, if you like, and completely flipped it on its head. Against Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday only had 48% possession and forced the home side Wycombe to dictate the game. That is their worst nightmare. With Sheffield Wednesday having less of the ball, they had 12 shots, 4 more than Wycombe, and doubled the opposition's shots on target. Now, Volks' won the goal certainly did help, but they forced Wycombe to do what they hate to do most and dictate and keep hold of the ball and break a side down. Very, very, very clever. And like I did say right at the start, I actually think this is a great example of how Darren Moore has developed and got better, got used to the league, and now I think it's becoming one of the most established League One managers from a tactical perspective as well. Interestingly, whether or not this means anything, Ainsworth has since tipped Sheffield Wednesday to go on and win the league. I don't know. It's something that Gareth Ainsworth... I didn't say it. Gareth Ainsworth said it. So in the midfield so far this season, Sheffield Wednesday have been brilliant. And I believe George Byers and Barry Bannan have played a pivotal role within that. So by looking at George Byers' heat map here, you can see he's extremely busy and active in both halves. He likes to progress the ball from his half into the path of the attacking talent he has within his side, maybe Barry Bannan, or even further to the centre forwards. He's averaging 2.7 key tackles per 90, showing his desire to win the ball back and play brilliantly in transition. He's also not shy to get in with a goal or two. So far this season, he has 6 goal involvements, 4 goals and 2 assists is the official breakdown. If he stays fit and continues to show this type of form, I think he could be the difference, along with Barry Bannan, who will come into in just a second. I think he could be crucial. So far, he's shown his quality. Now, like I say, stay fit, be consistent. Who knows? He's a brilliant, brilliant player. And I think now he's getting that credit that he deserves. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a Sheffield Wednesday episode without mentioning their talisman that is Barry Bannan. And once again this season, he's playing a pivotal role in the success. From 22 starts, he's got 4 goals and 6 assists. He's created 7 big chances and is averaging 3.5 key passes per 90. And actually, when looking at Barry Bannan's heat map, he's not your traditional number 10. There could be a little bit of a misconception here. He doesn't only operate in zone 14. Those that are wondering what zone 14 is, I'll put that on the screen now so we're 100% clear. But instead, the heat map shows he likes to drop a little bit deeper and uses playmaking ability from maybe his own half or in and around the centre circle. For example, his average position against Fleetwood when they won that game 2-1. For the majority of the game, Bannan is actually occupying zone 11. Once again, I'll put the zones on the screen now. Feeding the front 2 that Darren Moore now regularly uses. So things look good for Sheffield Wednesday in the centre of the field. Of course, they've also got Will Vokes, who scored a brilliant, brilliant goal against Wycombe recently, Backinson as well. They've all made an impact, but I believe George Byers and Barry Bannan, they really have shone. So actually, I believe by looking at Sheffield Wednesday this season, you've got to look at Sheffield Wednesday last season. Don't worry, Wednesday fans, we won't look at it for too long, but I do believe lessons have been learned. From speaking to fans in particular, something that kept coming up was Sheffield Wednesday are now showing a consistent ability to be quite dogged, be a little bit gritty when it matters, and at all costs grinding down the opponents and getting the 3 points. For me, Sheffield Wednesday were a little bit too lightweight last season and allowed teams to bully them maybe, like the Fleetwoods, like the Accringtons, like the Morecambes, that you'd expect them to beat, but they weren't able to. They sort of have had to move away a little bit from the attractive at all times mentality and show a little bit of, I don't know, be a bit more heavyweight instead of lightweight. Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say. Just be a little bit more League One, which, again, a lot of people will not 100% agree with. I think last season what we saw was a classic case of a championship side getting relegated and adjusting poorly to the physicality and the mental barriers you face on a regular basis in Sky Bet League One. Adjusting to the low block of Morecambe and the nitty-gritty wet Tuesday night at Accrington is something you can't really deal with until you've dealt with it. I look at their 1-0 defeat to Morecambe last season. The graph here shows they were on top for the majority of the game and finished it with 68% possession. Morecambe had 1 shot on target during the entire 90 minutes and won the game 1-0. That says everything. That's everything. And I also think, like I say, right at the start of this segment, lessons have been learned. And this is why this season, they're much, much stronger. I put a tweet out earlier this week saying, right, Sheffield Wednesday fans, where are we at? Who's standing out? What's going so right? Get a bit of fan conversation within the breakdown. And some of the responses were brilliant. Thank you so, so much to everybody that got involved. I'm going to read a few of them out now. You can follow the Instagram and the Twitter with a link in the description. But Austin Lovery says, personally, I think Darren Moore is a good example of why you need to give a manager time to adapt their style of play. Having over 2 seasons now, at times fans calling for his head, he's got his own players implementing his formation and tactics, and at the moment, it seems to be working. Jordan says he's optimistic. Beating Wycombe away was a big statement. Got to be one of the toughest away fixtures in the league, and we got the 3 points. Don't think there's any other player to be disappointing, to be honest. Byers, Pato, James, Palmer, Vokes have all been class recently. And finally, Ben said, most confident I've been all season. We look like a proper team. Everyone seems to know their roles, and the real toughness of the side we haven't and didn't see last season. Thank you so much to everybody that got involved via Twitter. I think we've got a really good consensus of how everyone's feeling in the Sheffield Wednesday fan base there. Been a huge mentality shift at that football club. We speak about away records, defensive records, individual players, lessons learnt from last season, tactics. Darren Moore should receive great credit for that. He's got the fans back on side. I definitely think he's shut quite a few people up. Exciting times at Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, a big second half of the season to come. They've got to play Plymouth at home. They've got to go to Ipswich at Portman Road. So it's going to be really challenging. But there's something happening here. They should be very excited. Sheffield Wednesday fans, in the comments section down below, let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. Are you excited? Is a title charge still possible? Mathematically, technically, it's in your hands as well. Do let me know. I'll be replying and responding to all of them as per usual. If you want to see more of these club deep dives, definitely do let me know who and why in the comments section. Join the Discord server for more and constant League One debate. I've been Jack. This has been the Unfan Podcast. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.